G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for being here and watching my content. I really do appreciate it. You are here today because it's Super Rugby Round 8. The Brumbies hosting the Fijian Drua in Canberra. Man, every week I look forward to watching the Drua play. They had a bye last week and deprived me of the privilege and pleasure of watching them play. And this week, boy, there was a good performance. And then controversies everywhere. So every week the jurors came out again and again and again, proving to me, proving to the world that the Fijian style of rugby is one of the most exciting things to watch in the world. And again, the Drua was down 19 points to 0 in the first half to claw themselves just before halftime. 2 tries to end halftime at 19 points to 14, and then they fought. They, just heavyweights swinging at each other. Finally, we got to this point of the game. 31 points to 33. Drua looked like they had pulled ahead. Finally, potentially coming out with an upset over the Brumbies, the best team in Australia at the moment. And controversy after controversy after controversy, right? So let's have a look at what happened. First up, this ball here, this try here, right, was disallowed because of a knock-on, which is fine, because it did look like it was a knock-on leading into the try, so I have no issue with that, right? What I do have an issue is that why is there no warning for the Brumbies for giving out repeated penalties? And I thought maybe there could even be a yellow card for being offside too many times, but that's beside the point, right? So the referee did give away yellow cards in the first half to the Brumbies for repeated penalties, so it's not like, I think the referee was, kind of didn't think that the situation warranted a yellow, which is fine, right? I'm fine with that. So next bit gets a little bit bizarre. Okay, so let's watch
G6. They're not showing the right time.
Yeah, okay, this one it's a knock on. Okay,
that's fine. So what you're telling me is a clear knock on.
That's knock on. Okay, no try. So let's go to the next one. Right, the next bit. Obviously, Drua had a penalty advantage. Everybody's piling in the breakdown.
Brumbies saying it's held up. Damon Murphy.
Right, okay. Firstly, right, everybody's piling in. The referee himself, Damon Murphy, is about, a meter away from the action. He's literally staring into the rocks, and he's looking at what's happening, and he's not seeing anything wrong. He thinks the ball is held up at this point, okay? And watch what the TMO does to change his opinion. Okay, so let's watch.
We'll blow it up.
Time off. Step back.
Here we are. Well done, boys.
And what does he want to check here?
Everybody's confused. Nobody saw anything, right? Now let's watch this. This is really important.
So this is the one that he picks up from and goes?
Yeah.
They can
So he's already on the ground.
Yeah, he's already on the ground.
So the referee says this player that's on the ground picked up the ball whilst being on the ground, not this guy standing up, whilst on the ground to place the ball over the line. Did you see it? Did you see that? Is that what you saw? I didn't see it. Damon Murphy is literally a meter away staring at it. He didn't see it. But the referee with the camera says that's what happened. Yes, this guy on the ground picked up the ball and had another go at putting it over the try line. Is what the referee upstairs, the TMO says happened. Did you see it? I didn't. Damon Murphy didn't see it. The actual referee on the field, right? Surely Murphy had his contact lenses on. He's that close. Even without contact lenses, you'd be able to see it, right? If this guy picked up the ball and went again, even if you're blind, you could see this, right? So yeah, let's just watch it again, okay?
So he's already on the ground.
Yeah, he's already on the ground. He's at the ground.
Did you see it? Did you see him pick him and go?
Yeah.
They can
Did you see him pick and go?
Yeah, he's already on the ground. He's at the ground.
So boys, no try. Apparently he's crawled to the goal line.
So yeah, crawl. Apparently there was a crawl. Did you see it? I didn't. Damon Murphy didn't. Nobody else saw it except for the TMO somehow. Figured this one out. You go figure this one out, guys. So yeah, that was a huge moment squandered by the ruin for the Drua, right? And then the next bit, it only gets more controversial this game, right? So let's have a look at what happened here, right? So Brumbies go for their traditional Brumbies mob, which is quite devastating, something that the Brumbies had always been known to be quite good at. And this year, Stephen Larkham has reinstalled that confidence in the Brumbies more. Like last year, the Brumbies more was horrendous. They finally got that back again in this year. So yeah, this is quite. I mean, this is a good Brumbies more. But let's see what happened here, right? Watch out for number 6 here.
He's got to collect with the rolling ball for Lonigan in this second half. I'll keep it tight. And give
Brumbies just rolled free. So yeah, the more's going through. Once the more gets to the try line, right, there's no longer an offside. Because once you get the try line, there's no offside. So this player is allowed to enter from the side. Provided that if he steps on the line first.
Pollard.
Yes, he steps on the line. So he's allowed to enter the more from the side because there's no offside anymore once he hits the try line. So this player grabs on the side.
Opportunity.
He pushes forward.
Pollard.
The Brumbies more folds. You can see very clearly the more folded because the Brumbies players folded on themselves, right? You can see this very clearly.
Pollard.
He went in. He pushed. He pushed. He pushed. And the Brumbies more
Pollard.
folded. Right? There's nothing wrong with what he did. Okay? He pushed and the more folded. And then the Brumbies
Puts it down.
jumps back up. Okay? And
And then he's back to his.
the referee gets called by the TMO. He didn't make the decision, by the way. Again, Damon Murphy is about 5 meters away from this maul. Didn't say anything. But the TMO says,
It'll be a penalty try. Penalty try goes to the Brumbies. And there'll be a man going to the bin as well.
so the TMO actually told the Damon Murphy that number 6 entered, sacked the maul and entered from the side. And we saw here, he did not sack the maul. He did not enter from the side because it was on the try line. And Damon Murphy's under instruction, again, they didn't have it on the replay, by the TMO here, that was a yellow card, penalty goal, penalty try. Okay? So it's really important to understand what's happening here, right? If you're sacking the maul, it has to be like a legitimate sack, like a tackle on the maul. He was not sacking the maul. He literally pushed the maul and the maul folded on himself. We saw again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what number 6 did. And the TMO tells Damon Murphy that the 6 has sacked the maul and Damon Murphy gave a penalty try.
And then he's back to his.
Right? Without review, without hesitation, under instruction by the TMO. This was by the TMO. That the sack we saw, okay, which I showed you, we watched it on slow motion, right?
Giving
6, if his right foot touches the line, which he does, see that?
an opportunity
His foot touched the line, which means that he is onside. When he hit the ball,
in this opportunity. Pollard to his feet. And then he's back to his. Put down.
he's pushing forward. He's pushing forward, the more went down, right?
Opportunity.
He pushed forward, the more went down. That's not a sack. That is absolutely not a sack. The Brumbies more folded to the pressure. And the TMO makes the call on behalf of the referee, who's 3 meters, 5 meters away from the maul, staring straight at it. The referee didn't see any issues, right?
Pollard. Put down.
And then he's back. And the TMO calls the referee and says, it's a penalty try. And obviously with the yellow card in the bin, all hope was lost for Honduras. Brumbies put on 3 tries at the end against 14-player Honduras. Really disappointing. This was a good game. And yeah, I just, first, and again, why is the referee 2 Australians when when we have New Zealand referees available to manage a game like this? Why is it 2 Australian referees managing a game like this? I mean, these calls are not that really horrendous. What the referee should have done is waited for the play to be over, right? And then reviewed it and seen if there was a sack of the maul before giving the penalty try. And it's just, yeah, horrendous. I don't know what else to say. This was such a huge effort for the Endurers to come back from behind in the first half. I was very excited watching this game. When the Endurers, took the Brumbies all the way to the depths, looking like they're going to go all the way to the end. For this to happen, to end the game, it's just, I don't know what else to say. It's disgraceful. It's really unprofessional refereeing. I don't know what else to say, man. Let me know your thoughts. Let's quickly recap the game before I get too angry and rant for the next 8 hours. So yeah, 8 tries to 4. 8 tries? Was it actually 8? Yep, 8 tries to... No, it's 7. I thought it wasn't 8. 7 tries to 4. Yeah, apparently someone can't do maths. I thought it was an 8. 7 tries to 4. Endurance, 570 run meters to the Brumbies 308. Like I said, that Fijian style rugby is just beautiful to watch. Huge counter attacking, good runs, good offloads. There was like little cross-kill kicks today. It was just brilliant to watch the Endurers play. 17 turnovers conceded, 12 against the Brumbies, 17 against the Endurers. 185 tackles made for the Brumbies, only 19 missed tackles. The defense was absolutely outstanding for the Brumbies. The Endurers made 80 tackles, 12 missed tackles. Kicks in play, 18 kicks in play for the Brumbies. The Endurers only had to play 8. Whilst the 8 was really well managed, the Endurers knows exactly what kind of game they want to play, and that is not the kicking game that the Brumbies wanted to do. The conversion of the Brumbies are a little bit poor, 3 out of 6, whereas the Endurers has always struggled with the goal kicking, 4 out of 4 tonight, which was really good for the Endurers. And lineouts, 3 lineouts lost for the Endurers. Again, this is something that has been a repeated issue for the Endurers against a team like the Brumbies, who's like really good with the lineouts. It is kind of like, it is what it is. It's a bit rough. Scrums, Brumbies lost 1 scrum overall. I felt it was quite even. Penalties conceded, 12 against Brumbies, 2 yellow cards, both just before halftime. The Endurers, only 1 yellow card. That controversial sacking of the maul is what you call it, and that's kind of led to the Brumbies downfall. Just a quick summary of the points. So yeah, Brumbies, like I said, started out really quickly and aggressively. Again, the first try was just a nice little set play. The nice little look behind, good handling. Tom Wright gets the ball, little inside ball. O'Donnell goes in for the first try. Less than 10 minutes later, another little nice play. There was a Ikitau little grubber kick behind. O'Donnell was there first. Got the lucky of the bounce of the ball, goes into the corner for the second try for the Brumbies. Third try was another set try. There was a scrum. P. Samuel picks and go from the back of the scrum, goes to the blind side. This was a move that a lot of kids do at school. I did this move at school, and then they run into the corner. He runs into the blind side, crashes through, too big for the opposition. Goes in for the try. Again, immediately 3 tries on the ball for the Brumbies. Looking, it's going to be a blowout against the Endurers away from home. But the Endurers fought back just before halftime, got themselves together. 35 minutes just before halftime. They get advantage, and then they had they had they had an advantage with a yellow card already going into the last 5 minutes or so. So yeah, they just quick tap and go, and then just pound themselves through for the first try. Mata Walu goes in for the first try, and then just before halftime, the Endurers really had another penalty, so they really took the chances to try to get another try before the game is over. So one last play, just pounding. Andy Muirhead gets another yellow card, gives away another yellow card, and then suddenly the Brumbies are down to 13 players, and then the Endurers just spread the ball out. The Endurers, what's his name? Teller, the number 10. Teti Teller gets the ball, a little dummy, and then steps in field, goes in for the second try. And halftime was quite close. Like I said, 19 points to the 14. Second half starts. Look, again, the Brumbies utilize the more, lock it on again, goes in for the more try. The Endurers fights back. They did like a, what was it? Was it a, what happens to the second try? Teddy Teller, again, gets the ball. Crossfield kick, straight into the breadbasket of the winger, and then a nice little offload, and then Marcy goes in for the third try for the Endurers, and then Andy Muirhead for the Brumbies goes in for the second try in the first half. Once again, the Brumbies just pounding the try line and got really close, and then the spread ball out wide. Nice little good handling from the ball. Muirhead, little step, goes in for the try, and then finally Ravovo for the Endurers fights back. The Brumbies was like pounding the Druas, putting pressure inside their own Druas 22. Tom Wright, little miss pass, the ball goes loose. The Druas recovers the ball, runs down the field. The Druas actually got tackled around the halfway point, but they kept the ball alive. Little pop the ball back up and a little handling between each other. And Ravuvu runs free for the fourth try for Honduras. And this time, everything was looking good. Honduras on the up, Brumbies on the down, and then the controversial, like we talked about, ensues, and leading the Brumbies to finish the game with 2 tries to close out the match. 43 points to 28. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the minimum things, the basic things that they should have done is having a New Zealand referee for this match. So instead of so not having a Australian referee. I'm pretty sure Damon Murphy is Australian referee refereeing an Australian match, and also the TMO was literally operating the game ahead of the referee, which I don't think is allowed. I think the referee should make the decision and only request for TMO to get involved instead of TMO telling the referee what happened and immediately goes into a decision. But yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully they address this. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.